What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Okay, so we have some breaking news. So last night, the acting commissioner, King, of the Social Security Administration, she stepped down. And I'm going to show you guys a clip. We'll take a look at some of the headlines. I want to get your input on this as well. So this is big news. And so I don't even know who's going to replace her at the present time. So we'll have another acting commissioner because they're still waiting to confirm Bizignano. So we're going to have another acting commissioner come in, or they might just leave it open. And I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, how they're going to what they're going to do at this point. But she resigned, and I'm going to show you the reason why. We'll talk a little bit about this. This is really, really big news when it comes to the Social Security Administration. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so let's get right over to take a look at the clip first, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. Here we go.
All right, we have some breaking news for you. The acting head of the Social Security Administration has resigned. Michelle King's departure comes after she refused to provide DOGE staffers access to sensitive information, your information. King had been with the department for 30 years. It's the latest act of resistance meant to slow cost-cutting moves by President Trump and Elon Musk. DOGE had to go to court to gain access to Treasury payment systems, and it is fighting to enter a sensitive database in the IRS.
Okay, so there you saw the clip. She's been there 30 years, so I mean, she's someone that has experience working in the Social Security Administration. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see who is going to replace her, and I want to know your thoughts. What do you guys think about this? And let's look at this too. I want to take a look at some of the headlines. And Washington Post is reporting top Social Security official exits after clash with Musk, DOGE over data. And then you have the CBS News is reporting Social Security Administration acting commissioner steps down. The New York Times top Social Security official leaves after Musk's team seeks data access. And then CNN's reporting Social Security head steps down over DOGE access of recipient information, sources say. NBC News reporting top Social Security official steps down after disagreement with DOGE over sensitive data. ABC News is reporting top Social Security official steps down after clash with DOGE, sources say. And so you see there are a lot of articles, and we're talking the major news outlets that are talking about this very fact that you have the head of the Social Security Administration, at least the acting head at this point, stepping down over a disagreement with how to handle data. And so we'll have to see if DOGE goes to court to try to get this information, or if they're just given this information and then they have to, you might have someone that files a suit against DOGE again, just like the Treasury Department situation, and then they'll have to pause the information, pause the data and all. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here. And what's interesting is when it comes to Congress can't just go in and get information from these different agencies. Generally, there's a process. And so in this situation, it looks like there's no process. It's just DOGE is saying, look, we need information here, we need information here. And if whoever's the head of that agency, if they decline to give that information, then they could be subject to being fired, or they resign as protest. I don't know. But this is a big deal. And one of the things I want to talk about too, and I want to know your thoughts about all of this, but when it comes to moving forward, the Social Security Administration, we know the Social Security Fairness Act, they're trying to go ahead and send those checks out and send the retroactive payments. Now you have the head stepping down, and is that going to cause any disruption when it comes to that progress moving forward? And then who do you go to? We just saw letters coming out from Congress people saying, look, we want up-to-date information. We want weekly information as far as where you are in the process of issuing out these increased checks for people who qualify under the elimination of weapon GPO. We want weekly information about that. Now, does that go away because you're going to have someone else come in? Or are they just not going to replace that person and wait for Bizignano to come in as the new commissioner? So, and then how is Bizignano going to respond to having information go to these, go to DOGE and stuff like that? We already know, and I just showed you guys a couple of days ago, I showed you Bizignano talking about the, working with DOGE, and he said 100%. He's 100% on board to work with DOGE. And so that, in my mind, that's saying that he has no problem releasing this data. And so I want you guys to let me know, are you guys comfortable with an outside agency having access to Social Security data? And all the reason why they're doing this is because they want to find the waste, fraud, and abuse. And I think most people would look and say, yes, we need to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. And I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican, you're going to look at that and say, yeah, I think that's something that we should be doing in all agencies. And so I don't think there's an argument there, but who should be getting that information? Should it be Congress? And it's actually Congress's job. So should it be them that's getting the information, or should it be an outside agency? And that's the question that you have some people that are concerned, and they're concerned about having outside agencies have access to your information. Okay, because what if it wasn't DOGE? What if it was another agency, outside agency that you didn't like? Let's say you like DOGE. You say, DOGE is great. I like DOGE. I like Elon Musk, all that. But what if it was another agency and you didn't like that outside agency and they were able to get your information? Would you be okay with that? And one other thing I want to talk about too, when it comes to the cost cutting that we're seeing, okay, a lot of the cost cutting, and we don't have details yet. All we hear certain stories, but we don't know like the total outcome, like how much money are you actually going to be able to save. When it comes to Social Security is a perfect example. How much money are you going to save? Is it 10 million? Is it 20 million? Is it 10 billion? Is it 20 billion? How much money are you really going to be saving? And then what are you going to do with that money? Because when it comes to Social Security, it's pretty clear. If there's money to be saved, that money goes right back into the trust fund. And so if that is the case where you're able to find this waste, fraud, and abuse, that money shouldn't be going anywhere else, but it needs to stay with the Social Security Administration or stay in the trust funds. And so I'm very curious if they are going to make cuts, or if they are talking about, okay, we found this waste, fraud, and abuse, and it's in the amount of $10 billion. Let's just throw that number out, $10 billion. Well, that $10 billion needs to go right back into the trust fund. It shouldn't be going anywhere else. And so we're going to have to keep our eye out for that. And then when and if this information is found out, let's say DOGE does their investigation. Let's say they receive the data that they need. They do their investigation. They say, okay, there's $10 billion of wasteful spending, waste, fraud, and abuse. Who actually puts a stop to the waste, fraud, and abuse? Because DOGE doesn't have any power to do that. That's going to have to come from Congress, ultimately. The president temporarily can make some changes, but ultimately it's going to have to come through Congress. And so all of the talk right now, and what really should happen is we should have Congress subpoenaing these agencies, these different agencies, for documents. That's what should be going on right now. We shouldn't have DOGE going out there and asking for the information. That information should go to Congress, and then if Congress wants to release information to DOGE, then they release that information to DOGE, or have DOGE come into a hearing, a closed-door hearing, where it's not open to the public, and then they discuss it. That's what should actually be happening. And then you would get around court, because Congress has the ability to subpoena this information. They can do it legally. That is their function. They're the ones that carry the purse. They have the money. And so because they have the money, they need to know where that money's being spent. And if it's being spent fraudulently, they need to look into that. That's Congress's job. So we'll have to see what happens in the future. But I just wanted to put that out there. The breaking news. I'll put this out early in the morning. I just found this information out a couple of hours ago, but I'm going to post it the next day. So I'll post it tomorrow. But I want you guys to really sound off in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this whole thing. And do you think this is going to delay the progress for Social Security moving forward with the Social Security Fairness Act, as well as just everything? Is this going to shut down Social Security? That's my question. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.